We're going to do some Yin Yoga. So what that means is we're going to super relax, super chill down. And it's best if you have some props. If you don't have actual yoga props, that's fine. Just grab a couple pillows from your couch and a blanket if you need for your knees. And this practice is going to really help us to stretch our connective tissue that can get really tight around the joints, around specific muscles. So yeah, it works on the ligaments, the tendons, the fascia, and it's a great way to balance our everyday life. Or lifting weight, and to take in activity that is soothing to the nervous system. So I recommend it and I love it. And being one of those goers, it tends to be the hardest, most challenging practice for me to really completely slow down and not fidget. So I invite you to explore. And we're going to start just in an easy cross-legged pose tonight. And if for some of you this posture is not comfortable, you feel like you're straining or you are going to tip over, then take a pillow or a yoga block and place it under your bum and sit upon the edge of it. So when we sit on the edge, we can allow the pelvis to slightly tilt forward and to let those legs cascade down. So we'll begin. Allow the palms to turn up towards the sky. Sit up tall, feeling your spine elongate. And with that elongation, the shoulders descend. Palms are up in this receptive yin posture of receiving energy, receiving messages, allowing whatever needs to come in to come in. When we close our eyes down, we relax our jaw, we relax our tongue, and we take our internal gaze to the third eye. So it's almost like we're looking in and up with the eyes closed. You will get really familiar with this the more often that you practice meditation or yoga. And in my practice, I like to take the tip of my tongue to the roof of the mouth and slide it back towards that soft palate. This is going to create a circuit, like a battery of energy running through the body. So if that feels comfortable, I invite you to join me there. If it feels too much, like you're already doing too much, just relax your tongue and relax your jaw. And begin to breathe long and slow and deep. And just really tap into your own breath. Tap into how you're breathing. I have the beautiful blessing of being a body worker, working with people's physical bodies, doing massage and energy work. And the most common thing, two things I see, is people do not breathe completely or deeply or enough, and that they can't release. So there's this tension that is hyper, right? Hypertension, constant constriction, constant engagement. So to truly turn off the body and to have these expansive breaths that really regulate everything, every single system in our body, it's becoming a little bit more uncommon. So do your best to relax your body. The only engagement is the lengthening of the spine and the softening of the body so that the breath can expand and contract completely. So just sit with your breath with that in mind, turning off the body, turning off the mind. Focusing on the breathing, this beautiful, simple task that happens automatically without us thinking about it. But when we think about it, all of that focus and that energy makes it more expansive. And bringing the right hand up in front of the face, that right thumb will close the right nostril and we'll inhale through the left side. The left nostril, inhale, fill. When the breath is complete, close the left nostril with your middle finger and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Inhale. And exhaling. So this is Nadi Shodhana. Keep going. We alternate nostril breathing. So we breathe in through one side, closing off that side and breathing out through the opposite side. We inhale through that same side that we exhale through to the top. When the breath is full, we close that side and we go to the other side. So in Kundalini, they call it the U-shaped breath. In Sanskrit, it is Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing to open both sides, all of the nadis, right? So continue with this breath. Left palm is pointing up to the sky. Right hand is soft, but closing and opening the nostrils. We're not pushing hard. We're just simply closing the nostril to allow the other side to be open. Keep the gaze internal to the third eye. Quiet the mind. Focus on what you're doing. Letting the breath be complete and deep. Two more rounds. And allow the last round to be the exhale out of the left nostril, the yin side of the body, that yin, soft, feminine side. And we return to normal breathing through both nostrils. Big inhale, sweep your arms all the way up to the sky. Bend right elbow, bring the right palm to the back of the heart. Left hand grabs that right elbow and pulls it in. There's an opening of your right palm, and we connect the right palm to the back of the heart or the back of the throat. And we breathe. Option to stay centered, option to lean to the left to deepen that stretch. Breathe under the right arm, lymph system. Inhale to center, take both arms straight up. Ground the right hand and lean to the right. So maybe that right elbow touches down, maybe not, but we open and we rotate the lung, that rib to the sky. Feel the exhale. Feel the opening. Inhale back to center. Reach both arms high. Left elbow bends now. Palm is open and expanded. Right hand grabs left elbow and we pull it in. So the left hand is not just hanging there, limp and behind. It's actually expanding and it's reaching for the back of the heart. And we want to feel connection of that left palm and the body, wherever it touches. Stay centered if this feels like a lot, or lean to the right. Keep the legs soft. If that left knee is coming with you, you might have gone too far. So settle back through the sits bones, come back to those deep breaths. Inhale to center, reach the arms high. Take the left hand down to the ground. Maybe that left elbow can touch down. And we stretch to the left. Notice if your heart and chest are coming to the earth. And rotate open, taking your gaze under the right arm. Let the exhales open the body more, those lateral lines of our body. Two more breaths. Do your best to open and elongate. If it gets challenging, smile and breathe deeper. Inhale to come up slowly. Hands come behind us. Interlace your fingers. Slide those thumbs down your sacrum and lift the chin. Squeeze the shoulder blades together on the back and breathe into your heart. And breathe below your collarbone. You can wiggle your bottom jaw. If you tend to hold tension in your jaw, expand your mouth and wiggle those bottom teeth to the right and to the left. Beautiful. Take your head to center. Release the hands. Take them back up to the sky. Interlace the fingers and press the palms to the back of the skull. Just bring your chin down. So we're not rounding our spine. We're keeping that erect spine. And we're bowing chin to chest. And we're lifting chest to chin. Breathe and dive. Inhale, release all of it. Meet me in tabletop on your mat. I really like to take my blanket and place it under my knees for a little extra padding. Come into tabletop, flatten your spine, and send your sits bones back towards your heels and forward. So the hands are rooted, fingers are spread, and we shift back towards child's pose. And then forward, let your belly extend to the ground and your gaze to the sky. Round your spine, send your sits bones back. So we shift. We open and extend. Open and extend. Two more. All the way to extension, and then take it into a flat back. Right arm comes up to the sky. As you exhale, thread the right arm underneath the left. Take the right cheek to the mat. Walk your left arm long and press through the front of your feet and the front of your ankles.
Tail stays lifted. It's stacked right above the knees, and the skull is resting on the ground. Take a couple big deep breaths into that right arm, the compression. Soften that gaze back to the third eye. Breathe and release. All the stress and all the tension in your body is releasing now. Take that left hand, slide it back into the shoulder. Inhale to come out, right arm to the sky. Reach it up and circle it back and around 3 times. Big round circles. Take that right palm to the earth. Inhale, left arm to the sky, reach up. Exhale to thread that left arm comes underneath, left skull, left temporalis to the ground. Right arm reaches long. The breath comes in. Press through the front of the ankle. Press through the whole skull. Release excess thoughts. Release your jaw. Breathe and surrender. Breathe into compression in the left arm. Right hand slides back. Under right shoulder, the inhale takes us out of the posture. Left arm to the sky. Circle it back and around. 3 times, clear. Woo, bring your hands down. Tuck the toes, extend your tail into downward facing dog. Bring those heels to the mat, right, then left, right, then left. 3 breaths, releasing as much as you can with that exhale. Slowly walk your hands back towards your feet with a bend in your knees. Bow your torso and check your head. Generally in a forward fold, a lot of people keep their neck turned on. So you're engaging. We don't want to. We want to release the head and keep a bend in your knees so that you can allow your pelvis to really tilt forward. If you straighten your legs, you're getting way too deep into those hamstrings. So we want to soften into the low back. Just dangle, make sure your feet are parallel and wide. If this feels good, stay. You can also take your arms behind you, interlace your fingers, and allow those arms to lift up off the back. If that feels too active, you can always use a strap or a belt or a handkerchief, and this will give you extra space between your hands. And if you do that, you'll get a little deeper into those shoulders. So I grabbed my strap to allow my arms to extra open and stretch the fascia of the front of the shoulders. Keep releasing your head. Keep focusing on your exhale for 5 more breaths. The deeper you exhale, the more the body drops into parasympathetic. Feel the fascia, the web of your body stretching. If If you have a strap or your hands are interlaced, release them. Begin to walk your feet wide as your mat, and then slowly lower down your tail into squat. So squat can be super challenging for you and your hips and your knees. If it is, take a couple blocks or a pillow and stick it under your butt. If squat's okay for you, bring in a little bit of movement right to left. So you're stretching your calcaneal tendon, the Achilles. You're bringing in, opening into the calves, into the pelvis, into this place where a lot of the connective tissue is dense. So as we open the connective tissue in these dense areas, we get more flow, circulation, relaxation, nutrients in, waste out. So once you feel like you can settle, come to center and either bring your hands into prayer, pressing thumbs into the chest, long spine, or take a forward fold, walking those fingertips forward and allowing the chest and heart and the body to melt forward. This is beautiful for lumbar spine. If you have cramps, we focus on our breathing. We let it be controlled. When you're ready, take your knees down to the earth. If you don't have your blanket, grab it. We are going to take it under the knees because we're going to do frog pose, which can really aggravate the knees if you have sensitive knees. So grab your pillow or your bolster, place it in front of where your torso goes, and your knees are going to come wide, and your shins are going to come wide. So you're creating your legs like little frog legs. And then when you're ready, start to come down so you're supported by your pillows. You might need 2 pillows. You might have to angle your toes in, almost like a wide, super wide knee child's pose. Or you take those shins parallel to the sides of the mat, slide the knees open, and then try to surrender into this posture. So it could be not the most comfortable. Find your level of comfort, not too far where you're already hoping to exit the posture, but where you can maintain and sustain for a little bit. Feel your exhale, really release. Soften deep to your belly, no clenching in the belly. Soften deep to your throat and your jaw. Just feel the breath rising and falling. Come into that receptivity. So notice what thoughts come up, what sensations come up, and just tap into that. The mind is built and made to think, so thoughts arrive. That's okay. We can never cease the thoughts, but we can not let them rule us or take our attention. So when those thoughts come in, We let them go as soon as the exhale comes. We have 5 more breaths in frog pose, softening. Scan your body for any holding and become yin, become like water in the body. If you start to salivate or drool, you know you're doing it right. That's a good sign that the body is relaxed. And when you're ready to come out, slide your hands into your shoulders, wiggle the toes towards one another, press into the hands, and slide the knees in all the way together if possible, bringing those inner thighs, adductors together, and then just start to sway the hips right back towards the heels to left. So it's these little half circles. Ooh, should feel nice. Take a couple more, let it be fluid. Back to that movement of water. Last two. Beautiful. Find your way to seated with your legs extended out in front. Right leg will remain extended, and that left heel comes in towards the body. So slide that left foot all the way into the groin. You might even feel the connection of your left heel touching the base of your body. So this is our Muladhara chakra. Mul meaning root. So we connect that heel to the chakra. If not, that's okay. And then soften your legs. You might want to tap them out. Tell them to turn off, right? Releasing that need to always be turned on. And then begin to bow towards the right leg. Let the right foot relax. Turn it off and bow. And this is a very yin posture. So we're not elongating and reaching just, like in a regular yoga class where we're like, ooh, we're striving. This is yin. So we're softening down and we're bowing our bodies. So it looks a little bit as if you had a rag doll and you would just let the rag doll hang. That is the goal for the body. So you feel the stretch possibly in the right leg, low back, the whole spine. And each exhale, we feel that we can soften and dive deeper with gravity. Check your arms. If you're reaching through your arms, soften the shoulders. Soften all parts of your body. Yin is a beautiful practice to truly sit with yourself, right? We're not anticipating what's next. We don't have this intention and this focal point of this goal or this aspiration. We just simply are becoming and being a human being. Keep your breath flowing. If there's any constriction in the body, breathe through and around it, just like water. 5 more breaths. Do your best to fully release. And remembering, women, if you are on your cycle, we can stretch deeper. We have a hormone released into the body that will make us more flexible. So be mindful if you are on your cycle to not overdo it. It might feel like, oh, hey, look how flexible I am tonight. Maybe back out just a little bit so that we don't overstretch the body with the presence of that hormone in the body. And when you're ready, come up slow. Allow that right knee to come into the chest. Pull it in towards the body. So the feet are now connected. Hold that knee in and sit up tall. Keeping spine tall, take your gaze to the right. Open the eyes and look past the right ear. Couple breaths into the liver. Couple breaths into the upper quadrant of that right abdomen. Take the head to center. Lower the right leg down and bring extension into the left. Tucking that right heel in close to the pelvis. Keeping the torso forward as much as possible. And then we slowly start to bow. If the legs feel like they're turned on, give them a little tap, give them a little pound. This is telling them, hello, you can relax and turn off now. Then when they feel turned off, you bow over the left leg. Follow the exhales. Feel the elastins in your body. Feel as much as you can. Every sensation. Check your arms, no reaching, softening. Shoulders soft, spine soft, low back soft. Tell that right leg, right knee to turn off. Tell the whole body it's safe to release. Breathe through any constriction, compression in the diaphragm. Just let it be, breathing around it. We're still. There's a gentle rise and fall with each breath. Three more breaths. Allow the focus to be on the exhale. See if you can exhale to completion and pause when the body is empty of breath. Palms press into the earth and walk to the torso so that we can rise up slowly with the support of the arms. Left knee bends now and pull it in. Those feet are connected. We grab the left leg and we pull it in towards the body. So there is compression in the left abdomen. We sit up as tall as we can and only the head turns to the left. Open the eyes, stretch the eyes, look past your left ear.
Keep lengthening and twisting. Head returns to center. Left knee opens wide. And we allow those feet to slide away from the body. So you can measure as if your forehead was coming all the way to the feet. The forehead would rest right in the arches of the feet. So that's the goal. Maybe not going to happen tonight, but the more you practice and the more that you learn to release into these asanas, we settle. And if your ankles are sensitive, you can take a blanket and place them under the feet so that those outer malleoles can soften. And then we bow. Breathe and release. Arms again are soft, so we're not reaching. This is a yang, an intensity, a heat-producing posture. We want to settle in and soften and invite that cooling energy of the yin, the dark, deep, reflective state. And keep settling in. We have one more day until the new moon on Thursday. And this is a heart-centered new moon in Leo. And the new moon is the dark moon, right? So it's such a beautiful time to truly reflect and look at our shadows, to make space in our homes and in our bodies, which are our homes, to create and plant seeds of something new to grow. So now in this class, in this day before the new moon, we're just making space and clearing any debris, clearing any unnecessary tension or stress that resides in the body. So really, truly feel a release with each exhale. It doesn't have to be specific what it is, one thing. It's just a bigger, broader umbrella of when and where to release, and that is now. Take 5 more deep breaths. Fold and release. Tap into sensation, what and where you feel it, and encompass those sensations with your breath. Next inhale, come up slow. We want to move slow to watch the vulnerability and the stretch in the body. Often felt more when we come out of the posture. Okay, we'll extend our legs. I'm going to turn to the side just so you can see what I'm doing. This next one is very intense if you have tight shoulders. So we're sitting in Dandasana, legs extended, upper body extended, and then bring your arms behind you, fingers point away from you. So maybe this is it, right? I already feel this in my wrists and my elbows and my shoulders, and maybe that's as far as you go. Maybe you can walk your arms back a little bit more, but remember to find sustainability, and we're going to stay and we're going to breathe. Head can rest back on trapezius if that's comfortable, or just keep your head at neutral. Breathe into the arms.
So this is quite the opposite of our everyday lives. There is not much we do with our arms behind our backs. So really just feel this. It's super intense. It can be, if you need to back out a little bit, back out a little bit. We have 5 more breaths. Opening these meridians, these nadis, from the fingertips all the way to the heart. 3 more breaths. When you're ready to rise out of it, come out slowly. Whoo-hoo. And come all the way down to your back. Pull your knees into your chest, grabbing hold of the knees and just rocking right to left. Rock out your lumbar spine, your sacrum. May get spontaneous adjustments in your spine. And then as the knees fall to the right, leave them there. Right hand comes to the outer left leg, and that left arm is going to come up overhead, but resting on the ground with the left palm up. So take a couple breaths, letting gravity descend the legs to the right, and open the left arm towards that space above the head. Taking long breaths, if it feels really good, an audible exhale or sigh it out. Come back to softening your throat and your jaw. Couple more deep breaths. Bring that left hand out to the side. So we release the extension, become more lateral. Left knee pulls back to center, right knee follows. When the back is rooted, rock slightly right to left to align and balance the pelvis. Take the legs straight up towards the sky. Circle your feet. Big giant circles, both directions. Bring the knees back into the chest. Squeeze them in. Take a big inhale. Fill your belly. And when you're exhaling, lift your head. Press your breath out as you squeeze the body. Head comes back to the earth. Knees slide to the left, and that left hand connects to the outer right leg. Right arm reaches up overhead. There can be a soft bend into that right elbow. And we breathe into the supine twist. Let the exhale settle the body. Notice if you're forcing or pushing anywhere in the body and try to soften a little more. Let gravity do the work. Let the weight of the body fall towards the center of the earth. That deep, dark center, the yin, deep, dark center of the earth. Sigh it out, audible exhale. Three more breaths on this side. To come out, the right arm releases to the lateral side. The right knee pulls back to center. Left follows. And we rock side to side just to square and balance the pelvis. Take the feet to the mat, knees pointing up. Bring your arms down alongside your body and just rest in this neutral position to notice the effects of what you've done. Breathe into midline Sushumna from the root of your pelvis to the crown of your head and back again. Three more breaths, just resting, feet on the ground, knees to the sky. And allow your legs to extend. Coming out fully into lying flat Shavasana pose. If you want your pillows underneath your knees, you can to support your low back. So that is if you have low back pain, always elevate your knees slightly. This will help your low back to really sink into the ground and broaden your knees. So there's a bend to your knees, there's a support, and this pelvis can broaden and feel the connection of the earth. The arms go wide, so there is no touching of the upper arm, the triceps, and the sides of the body. So take your arms wide enough that the lymph system can move freely. Find center with the head. Generally, the head will lean to one side or the other, bringing constriction, and try to find neutral with the head. Come into this place of complete relaxation. This is the final meditation. This is the time where you just let the practice integrate into your body.
keep softening and do your best to embody the corpse. So Shava is the corpse. Shavasana. Become all the way relaxed. Rest until you hear my voice bringing you back. Nowhere to go, nowhere to be, just in this place of meditation, of reset. Om Bhurbhuva Svaha Tatsaveturvarenyam Vargo Devas Yadimahi Diyo Yonam Prachodaya Om Bhurbhuva Svaha Tatsaveturvarenyam Vargo Devas Yadimahi Diyo Yonam Prachodaya Om Bhurbhuva Svaha Tatsaveturvarenyam Vargo Devas Yadimahi Diyo Yonam Prachodaya Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May this slowing down and this yin practice nurture your body and your soul and help you to be truly reflective in the moment. Thank you for practicing tonight. If you like to donate, you can send through the website, Venmo or PayPal, waheguru.com. And if you like these videos, you can subscribe to the channel and keep doing your yoga. Many blessings. Namaste. And see you next week.